Hello, hello. Welcome back. We are doing Techniques of the Week, and today is Tuesday, so we're doing a Tuesday You Can Use Day, and we're going to be doing a couple different exercises for thought flow. So, a quick outline we will review automatic thoughts and mindfulness from yesterday, and then we'll do a little overview of visualization techniques and how to make them most effective. And then we've got two exercises for you today. The first is leaves in a field, and the second is bubbles in a stream. And as always, a quick quiz and how to contact me. Check-ins really quick from me. My stress is currently trying to figure out how to get some testing done before school is out. Many of you know that a big part of my job is cognitive assessment, and with a current stay-at-home order for Salt Lake County where I live, I'm trying to balance that with some timelines of getting things done, and it's a little stressful. My reliefs today and yesterday, I really do have a great group of colleagues that I work with. So we do a lot of consultation and communication through email and this program called Microsoft Teams. And it's just really nice to have a great group of people to work with. From you guys, we are still hearing crickets. So I'm going to give this another week. I really do want to hear from you guys. So I've tried to make my contact information a little bit more available. It's all at the bottom of your screen. Just in case you feel weird about texting, just know that that is not my personal number. That's a Google Voice number. So it's not like you're going to be bothering me in the middle of the night or when I'm having Sunday dinner. So feel free to text that number. It's just a Google Voice. And really, you can share anything you want. I know when I was in Roger's class, and just when I'm with you guys at Farmington L, it's really easy. It's really flowy. You share about video games, movies, just random things that you did over the weekend. So really, I'm looking for anything. And if you don't want to include something that's a negative, that's fine. If you just want to say, "Hey, it's me. I'm doing great," I would love to hear from you. Quick review on automatic thoughts. These thoughts can be positive, negative, or neutral. So happy or sad or just kind of plain. These are the thoughts that come into our head without us trying to bring them up. They just happen automatically. And really, these are just thoughts. And thoughts by themselves, no matter if they're positive or negative or neutral, they are powerless. They have to wait for us to give them power. So the ones that you give more attention to, the ones that you pay attention to or think about a lot, those are the thoughts that are going to get stronger. Whereas the ones that you let go of, those get a lot weaker. So you might, a lot of people compare themselves to, well, those guys don't have the same issues that I do with anxieties or with depression, and how are they able to let these things go so easily? And it is hard to not pay attention to some of these automatic thoughts because they just get stuck in your head. But when you're able to let them go, that's when we can really see a lot of you taking control of your own thought pattern and your own actions and letting those automatic thoughts that you don't want get weaker. Just some examples of hard to ignore automatic thoughts. Anyone that's been on a long road trip and wonders when you get there and you say, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" That's one of those automatic thoughts that it's hard to push away. There's not a whole lot of other things to distract you. That's why we come up with road trip games like license plates or spot the color. Try to get your mind off of it. Another one. This was something that really was hard for me when I was a little kid. When something funny was on my mind and I'm supposed to be serious, like I'm at church or at a formal dinner, sometimes I could just not stop laughing. I couldn't stop thinking about whatever that funny thing was. Another one that's a little bit tough for me if there's a secret surprise that I'm not supposed to share yet. So I really like getting excited about giving someone a gift or telling them some really good news and trying to keep that in. Sometimes it can be hard when I'm face to face with them and I just want to blurt it out. Or knowing that you've got a new toy or game waiting at home. So like back in the days when we were in school all day, just thinking about, oh, I can't wait to get home. I can't wait to get home. I wonder what kind of characters it has. All of those things are all automatic thoughts. So, like I'm saying, those are positive. Those last three are positive, and it's not, you know, a bad thing to have automatic thoughts. It's just sometimes you want to be able to push them out so you can focus on other things. Another example is if I told you, do not think about Super Squirrel. Do not ever think about Super Squirrel. Don't even think about if Super Squirrel can fly. Don't think about, you know, what Super Squirrel's day job is. Just try not to think about Super Squirrel for the next couple of seconds. It's really hard because that's right at the forefront of your brain. And it's like, well, now I really need to know what is Super Squirrel's weakness? Is it still kryptonite? I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of crazy acorn that I don't even know about. So the harder we try to fight some of these automatic thoughts, the easier they can sort of get ingrained or embedded into us. So the best thing that we can do is just try to let them go. So the two strategies we're going to do today are visualization strategies. And there are some ways to make these more effective. So the first is to sit, recline, or lay in a comfortable position. And a lot of people think about a nice, comfortable place that they've been, or some place that they feel really relaxed. This guy's is apparently the beach. Yours might not be the beach. Yours might be the mountains. It might be your basement. It could be, you know, a warm car ride on the way home. Wherever you find yourself being most comfortable, visualize yourself there. The second step, and this is always hit or miss, I like to close my eyes. I know a lot of people find that it's a little bit easier to visualize when they close their eyes, but if it doesn't feel comfortable for you, then by all means don't close your eyes. And then this is the last step for how to get into the right zone for visualization. So I'm going to take a little bit of time and get a sip of water here before we go through these. So the first step, well, the first breath. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths, and I'm going to go through them with you. So on the first one, I want you to inhale and expand your tummy as big as is comfortable. So and then exhale and sink back into your chair or wherever you're sitting. This next one, I want you to shrug your shoulders up to your ears. So bring your shoulders up. And relax and sink back down into wherever you're sitting. For this last one, I want you to breathe in and tilt your head backward like you're looking up. Bring it back down and sink back into wherever you're sitting. Now I want you to imagine that you are sitting in a big meadow or field, and you've just had a great picnic. So you're nice and full, you're a little bit sleepy, and the day is a beautiful day. It's warm but not hot. You can feel the sunshine on your face. And then you see a tree, and you're sitting under this tree, and the tree has hundreds of different colors of leaves on it. And it's a great day, it's a beautiful day, but there is a bit of a breeze. And the longer you sit, the more you see leaves falling from the tree. Every time the wind blows, it shakes a few leaves off. Each one of those leaves is one of your automatic thoughts. And depending on what kind of color it is or how big it is, maybe it's a different kind of thought. Maybe it's one is a happy thought, and then another leaf falls down, and it's not so much of a happy thought, it's more of a negative thought or a sad thought. But all of the time, leaves just keep falling. And every time the wind blows, it also blows those leaves right away. So you can notice that leaf fall that maybe has something about you that you don't love. Maybe it's a leaf that says, well, I'm not good at math, or a leaf that says, I can't do this, or I'm never going to be good at this. That's okay. It's just a leaf. It's not going to hurt you, and pretty soon the wind is going to blow that leaf away. But what you can do is when the next leaf falls and it says, I am a really good kid, or I am really good at basketball or football, or, I can really do science. I want you to try to see if you can hold that leaf in your sight for as long as you want to. Just focus on that one thought. And that's exactly how this whole practice works. We pay attention to the thoughts that we really want to, and we just let go of the ones that we don't. We are going to stand up and move over to a stream now. It could be in the very same meadow, but it's going to be a little bit shadier so that you can really see the surface of that stream. So maybe we're getting a little bit sunburnt or too warm in the sunny meadow, so now we're coming up to your favorite stream that you've ever seen, and not a raging river, but sort of a gentle flowing stream. And this time, instead of leaves forming and falling, what we are going to see are bubbles that slowly pass by as we sit next to this slow moving stream. And the bubbles that come by, they could be big or small. The small ones might be hard for us to notice. They kind of pass by amidst a lot of other big bubbles. But each one of these bubbles represents one automatic thought. And what happens is the longer you stare at the bubble, the bigger it gets. But it's still only there until it rolls down river. So you can look at these bubbles, and each one of these bubbles is, again, a thought. And so if it's a negative thought, you say, okay, well, that's one kind of bubble. I'm going to go try to find a different kind of bubble. It's not bad that that thought's there. It's not wrong that it's there. It happens to everyone. But I'm just not going to pay my attention to it. I'm going to go find a different bubble. And then so maybe you go find a bubble that is a little bit more positive or happy. Like maybe it's just a good memory of a joke you heard, or a time you had with your friends or your family. And focusing on that bubble until it gets bigger and bigger, and it eventually will float away and new bubbles will come in and take its place. But again, you're searching for the bubbles that you want to pay attention to. You're not judging yourself for having the negative bad thoughts, because that happens to everyone. That's just part of life. But you are searching for those ones that you want to give power to, that you want to give strength to, and that really are going to help you have a much better day. So that was it for the visualization activities. Let me know if you guys like those. I'm happy to do more. Some people really enjoy guided visualizations and meditations. Some people are more just give me the content and let me move on. But quick quiz, what happens to the automatic thoughts you give attention to? Do they get stronger or weaker? They get stronger. Dun, 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 dun. For the next question, what happens to the automatic thoughts you watch fall or float away? Sure enough, they get weaker. All right, last most difficult question. What kinds of things could you email or text me about for a check-in? I was joking, it's not tricky at all. You can tell me just about anything you want. You can share any stories. I would really love to hear from you guys. Last but not least, the best ways to get a hold of me. My email's up there. That's the one that I check way too many times throughout the day. My voicemail is another one, but most people I find don't really like using voicemail. I really want to get this Google Voice text thing a shot, so that's the text number for the Google Voice. And then if you, I needed to change the slide. It's supposed to say dolphin or mermaid, and that's when I'm at 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney, Australia. But I'll change that for the next one. Thanks, guys.